Los Angeles, the Pico Union neighborhood. You are 15. You stand on the corner of 6th and Alvarado every single day from 8 in the morning until midnight. A cheap phone in your hands. One task, watch the road and text a single word when you see a cruiser. Jura. That's it. For this, they pay you $40 a week. Your father makes $22 for 8 hours of construction work. You make yours just standing on the corner. You drop out of school a month later. The corner pays. School doesn't. Your mother asks where you've been hanging out. You tell her, with friends. She nods. The shot callers barely notice you. You are a tool, a phone with legs, but you see everything. You see how the neighborhood works, who pays whom, who is afraid of whom, who wears blue, and who wears red. You memorize it. The first time you text Jura, 3 cruisers turn the corner in 20 seconds. They don't bust anyone. The homie gives you a nod, no smile, just a nod. You know you did the job right. A week later, they give you a second phone, incoming calls only. They tell you never to turn it off. You put it under your pillow, fall asleep. At night, it vibrates, once. An address and a time. Tomorrow, 6 in the morning. You get up at 5 a.m. You go. Level 2, Chequio. The address turns out to be a garage, 3 blocks from your house. 6 guys inside. You know 2 of them from the neighborhood. The rest are just watching. The shot caller says you're ready for the next step. He asks one word, yes or no. You say yes. They trust you with the product. 10 bags. The schoolyard on Bonnie Bray. The price for each is $20. You have to bring back 180. 20 are yours to keep. First day, you sell 7 bags in 2 hours. You bring back 140. The shot caller counts it, says nothing. Then, tomorrow, you take 20. A month later, you are collecting the renta, the tax on shopkeepers on the block. Every Friday, the owner of the Mexican restaurant on Olympic pays $150. The laundromat owner, $80. One guy refuses. You call the shot caller. 2 days later, the shopkeeper pays $250. Time for the test. The same garage. Different faces. They tell you to strip to the waist. Stand in the center. You stand. 13 seconds. You can't cover your face. You can't fall. You can't ask them to stop. You count in your head. 1, 2, 3. By the 8th second, you lose count. You drop. A blur of punches and bright flashes. At the 14th second, everything stops. You get up. The taste of iron in your mouth. A deep breath. Pain in your ribs. The shot caller reaches out his hand. You shake it. Level 3, homeboy. You are 17. A 3rd floor apartment, a TV, food on the table. The shot caller sits in an armchair, says you're ready, explains the assignment. After this, the ink and the status. The contract comes 4 days later. An address, a time, a description, an 18th Street gang member selling on our turf for 3 weeks straight. He was warned twice. An unregistered pistol, a .22 caliber, is slid into your hand inside the car. 2 homies ride with you. You step out alone, spot the target. He's leaning against a wall, looking at his phone. You walk up, he looks up, 2 shots. You run back to the car, you drive off. You don't sleep all night. You are calm, no thoughts at all. 3 days later, the artist lays down the ink. 4 hours. Left forearm. MS-13. The skin burns, but you don't move. The FBI has been tracking the MS-13 tattoo database since 2003. A photo of your forearm at a checkpoint, at the airport, or during an arrest automatically flags a match. From this moment on, you have a jacket in the federal system. Level 4. Soldado. 19 years old. You have your own turf now. 6 blocks along Victoria Avenue. Your life is on the line for them. Every day you cruise the blocks in your car, looking, counting. Under the seat, a pistol. Under your pillow at home, a second one. The 18th Street gang starts slipping onto your blocks. First time, then a second time. The shot caller says, there won't be a third. You gather 4 guys. You ride out at night. The raid takes 9 minutes. The shot caller gets the brief, nods. The turf is yours again. A tattoo appears on your left cheekbone. A teardrop. Just one. You start looking over your shoulder at gas stations. Then you check the locks twice. Then 3 times. You stop taking the same route 2 days in a row. You stop eating at the same spot twice a week. You swap phones every 3 weeks. For your head, 18th Street promises a month's cut of their sales. You find out from your own guy. He mentions it like it's just news. You nod, go home, check the pistol under the pillow, lie down, stare at the ceiling for 2 hours, then fall asleep. In the morning, you get up, you cruise the turf. Level 5, Palabrero. You are 22. The big boss calls you in one-on-one, says you are a Palabrero now. Explains it's simple. You're the middleman between the soldiers and leadership. Orders go down through you. Cash goes up through you. If anything gets lost along the way, it's on you. Every week, you compile the block reports. Who sold how much? Who turned in how much? Who is late on payments? You type it into encrypted notes on your phone. Deliver it to the boss in person, no calls, meetings only. Ernesto worked with you for 3 years. Stood on that exact same corner. You knew his mother by name. This month, his report is short $800. You check it twice, then a third time. The numbers don't change. You call the boss, report it. The boss says one word. You hang up. 2 days later, Ernesto goes dark. A week later, they find him in Elysian Park. You hear about it in the morning from another soldier. You nod. Say, next report is on Friday. You drive to meet the boss. In MS-13, stealing from the collective pot, El Coro, is punished by death. No exceptions. The rule exists for the math. If one steals and lives, everyone steals. Level 6, the prison loop. The raid hits at 4 in the morning. They kick the door off its hinges. Fields of body armor. 8 men. You're on the floor in 3 seconds. Handcuffs, rights read, federal charges, racketeering, conspiracy, unlawful weapons possession, the lawyer says. 8 years minimum. Terminal Island Federal Correctional Institution, Los Angeles. First day, your people meet you. MS-13 controls B block and D block. You are not alone. You have never been alone. Inside, there's an economy of its own. Cigarettes, pills, phones. Everything comes through the guards. Part of the guard staff is on the gang's payroll. The flat rate to smuggle a phone is $300. For pills, by weight. You quickly figure out who takes plastic and who doesn't. Within a month, you are coordinating supply lines across 2 blocks. They find the rat in the 3rd month. Someone burned a supplier on the outside. Inside, it gets handled internally. You don't participate. You find out the play at breakfast. A guard transfers 3 guys to the hole. Case closed. According to U.S. Department of Justice data, 70% of MS-13 members continue to run gang operations from inside federal prisons. An arrest doesn't stop the machine. It just changes the office address. Level 7, Corridor. You make parole, 8 years and 4 months. A car is waiting for you in the parking lot. A driver you don't know drives without a word, drops you at a house in Hollywood. 12 men inside. They all stand up when you walk in. You run the Hollywood Locos, 92 soldiers, 3 neighborhoods, 2 stash houses, 1 pipeline across the border into Tijuana. Product comes in through it. People smuggled for cash go out through it. The price per head is $2,500. Between 40 and 60 people move through the corridor a month. You manage everything through 3 palabreros. You never show your face anywhere. Closed meetings only. Encrypted signal only. You swap phones every 10 days. The car, every 3 weeks. You shift addresses once a month. The FBI opens a file on you 7 weeks after your release. You find out from your guy inside the department. You swap your 3 palabreros. Change your routes. Move the stash houses. The case stalls out without an evidentiary base. No personal life. The woman who waited 8 years packed up and left on your 3rd month out. You realized it when you stopped answering calls after midnight. She figured it out before you did. The phone vibrates. A text from a palabrero. Trouble at stash house number 2. You drive. Level 8, Ranflero. San Salvador. A ticket under an alias. Papers that officially do not exist. You fly through Mexico. At the airport exit, a car with dark-tinted windows is waiting. You step into La Ranfla, the High Council of MS-13. 19 men. They coordinate the structure across 4 nations: the US, El Salvador, Honduras, Guatemala. You run the northern sector of the US, from Los Angeles to Washington, D.C. Under your control are 800 shooters and 7 border pipelines. Money flows by the millions. Cash. You can't put it in a bank. Can't buy a house legally with it. Can't invest it. It sits in cash at 3 safe locations, guarded, losing value. The DEA estimates MS-13's annual turnover in the US at $250 million. You can't clean a single cent. The council votes to go to war with Los Zetas over a pipeline in Texas. You cast your vote, the motion passes. A week later, in Laredo, a sequence of events kicks off that will hit the news feeds as a border spike in violence. You read the news in a fortified safe house in the suburbs of San Salvador. 4 bodyguards. You don't know their real names. They don't know yours. That's the way it's supposed to be. Level 9. El Mero Mero. Your name is never spoken aloud. Alias only. In encrypted messages only. In person only. For the last 2 years, you haven't left the house without body armor. You switch houses every 6 weeks. You never repeat a route. With 1 text, you shut down public transit in San Salvador for 3 days. The drivers get the envelopes. They understand. The government calls it a strike. Journalists write about union pressure. You read the article, put the phone down. The US Department of Justice designates you a transnational terrorist. Interpol issues a red notice. The DEA puts a $5 million bounty on your coordinates. You move the house, you switch the bodyguards. 3 out of 4. The 4th disappears a week later. You are 41 years old. Your mother died 3 years ago. You weren't at the funeral. Ramon cuts the deal, a council member. You've known him for 20 years. He gets immunity and a new identity. You get handcuffs in your own bedroom at 5 in the morning. Federal agents, letters of body armor, 8 men. The same setup as the first time, only now the lawyer doesn't say 8 years. He says nothing and looks down at the desk. A DX Florence, Colorado, a 6 by 9 foot cell, 23 hours a day in total lockdown. No windows, no sound. You started on the corner of 6th and Alvarado with a cheap phone in your hand. You finish here. The walls are exactly the same, only before the concrete was on the outside.